So if I make any mistakes, I'll put it on a blooper reel after.
This will be the best part.
I know, exactly. Oh, have I got... Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, arms down.
That would have been sober. Sweat in HD. Has that been... Oh, God, that was recording the whole time.
Excellent.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. This is the second version without sweat patches.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Anniversaries represent a celebration in a major landmark. Maybe it's a wedding anniversary, an iconic album, or even the dawn of a franchise. Transformers is celebrating its 40th anniversary, and here in the UK this summer there is the largest European Transformers convention where people all over the world are coming in to celebrate. So who better to find out a bit more about the event than, the boss man of the event, Billy Edwards.
I like that title.
What should I call you instead? Just Billy.
Just Billy's fine.
Actually, so much so you have it on your t-shirt. I'm just, yep. Me, I just have a different logo. Yeah, so with this event, how many people are expected to attend this summer?
Well, typically our event attracts about 1,400 people, that
Right.
sort of area.
Yeah.
At this point in the year, the ticket sales are well ahead of where they normally are, which we think probably does reflect the 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
So we're very much thinking this is going to be the largest event.
It's looking like it, because the trends do sort of play out year over year, don't they? It's a pretty good way of gauging things.
It's really interesting, actually. Yeah. So we've got what I would refer to as like a revolving attendee list.
Right.
So if you were to look through all the names, it's not the same 1,400 people who come every year.
Oh, okay.
There's probably about 4,000 or 5,000 people in the full list.
Right.
You will have a hardcore of people who do come every year, and then you have a lot of people who they kind of treat it like a bucket list event.
Okay.
So they'll come from like Canada or America or something,
Yeah.
And obviously that's more expensive, so they can only come once every few years.
Right,
And stuff.
yeah.
So there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
We'll see how many come all at once, I guess.
I know, yeah. So, just very quickly, it's a 3-day event. So it's at it's not at the NEC, but it's in the NEC park. Is it the Hilton?
Yes, the
NEC?
Hilton
Yeah.
Birmingham Metropole,
Right,
pretty
yeah.
much next door.
Got
to
you,
the NEC.
yeah. So, and it's basically, because I remember, years ago, shows used to be a 1-day event. You've kind of branched out into, what, 3 days?
Yeah, so even when we started this show, we started it as a 2-day event.
Right.
With kind of a movie or something on the Friday, because people were getting along early.
Yeah.
And eventually the Friday has become a pretty much a full day. We don't have our traders hall open on Friday, but it basically, whilst that's being built, that's a full day job.
Yeah.
You're well aware.
I'm very aware of it, because I am known as the slowest person to set up at these shows.
That's not true.
It is.
It depends on when you've arrived.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, turn up at 10 o'clock on Friday night. It's not a good time to set up. Yeah, yes, I have learned. I'll be better this year. Honest.
Be fine.
Yeah. So go on with the Friday program, because that's the thing. I don't really see the Friday program because I'm getting stressed out in the traders' hall trying to set up.
You're in the other room.
I know.
So the Friday program, weirdly, is our longest day of entertainment. So if you're somebody, the thing I love about Transformers is that not only do people get into Transformers in different ways, be it comic books or cartoons or toys, you also have people gravitating towards a favourite part of it. So, like, for instance, there might be a fan of the toys who isn't interested in the panels that we put on.
Right.
Or vice versa. You get some people who don't really go in the traders' room. They just really like the panels. So, in a way, Friday's probably the better day if you're someone who loves the panels and the behind-the-scenes and stuff. So that's kind of what Fridays has become for us, really.
Of course, I've noticed it's the age range as well, because the thing that I remember last year, there was that. I think there was like a little movie done. That kid who was 5 years old attending his first show, because he actually interviewed me. I'm used to doing these interviews. I turned out me being interviewed on the spot really caught me out. So.
He's good at it as well.
I know, he really was, yeah. I'll tell you what, he had good hypnotic skills, because while he was talking to me, I just went and gave him something off my table. So like, wow, he's got special powers, I think.
One of the things we've always been keen on is that as much as you and I may be of a certain age, the reality is it is a franchise built around children.
Yeah.
So we've never wanted to charge for children to enter. So like, as long as you have an adult with you, like an adult can bring 3 kiddies with them. We don't charge for the kiddies because we want to promote the youth because they are tomorrow's Transformers fans.
Actually, I noticed that on the I only spotted it recently, but it said, isn't it children under 16 are free or so, or 15 or something like that?
so,
Free?
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So and then there's a concession age 16 to 17.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And then adults
Yeah.
thereafter.
Yeah.
So,
Those of us that are working, you can pay.
well, I mean, yeah,
Exactly, yeah,
it's
yeah.
true.
Well, the thing is, it costs a lot to put these events on anyway, doesn't it? I mean, hiring a place out like that. I mean, how much? That's another thing. How much work goes into planning these events?
It's a full-time.
Yeah.
It's a full-time role, and not
Yeah.
just for me.
Yeah.
There's a huge team of us behind the scenes.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
every year at the end of the convention, we'll have something which we call Construct a Con,
Right.
which is our like round table ask the staff. So
Got
if
you,
there's anything
yeah.
you didn't like or did like, bring it up
Yeah.
and we'll know about it.
Yeah.
But even then, we can only fit about 8 people on the stage because
Right.
more than that, it becomes a bit unwieldy.
Yeah.
But actually, there's a lot more people behind the scenes.
Mm.
Some of them who will work lots of hours every week,
Yeah.
and some of whom will dip in and out when we need
Right.
specialisms like
I get
video
you.
editing.
Yeah,
or
I get
something
you.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So it is a lot of work,
Yeah.
but I mean, we're in it because we're fans, and we've always
Well,
enjoyed doing it.
I can sense that. I can sense you enjoy it because, I mean, what I noticed, because I first met you in 2008 at Auto Assembly.
Yes.
I think, was it the following year you started volunteering? Very quickly, I suppose it just seemed to be you're getting more and more involved to the point where you just saw all the work. I mean, am I right? You basically just got to learn all the ins and outs.
I definitely did a bit of every different job.
Yeah.
That's not to say I was good at every different job, but so I'm someone who I went along to my first convention, Auto
Yeah.
Assembly 2008. Met
Yeah.
you in person for
Yeah.
the first time. I always remember you're the first. I'd pre-ordered something from you.
Yeah, that's right,
But you
yeah.
were the first trader I remember because you like took the initiative and came out of the hall and were giving out. I think it was like tickets to a draw or discount
Oh.
coupons or something.
Yeah, I think there may have been. I may have been bribing people with Haribos as
You're
well.
definitely doing something like that. But like, there was something going on. I was like, all right.
I'll tell you what that was. I didn't realise how much stuff I bought leading up to that show, and I was panicking. I was thinking like, I've got to shift a lot of this now. I thought, right, how do Tesco's convince me to buy stuff I don't normally think of? I thought, right, repeat that idea. Seriously, that was.
It worked.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Thanks for buying off me. by the way. Yeah. But no, what I found is that when you took on TF Nation, it was just you just hit the ground running. You know, I mean, I can honestly say that. Of course, I missed the first couple of years. It was because I didn't get to go to the shows for a few years because I kept being on holiday. So it was 2018 was when I came back. So that was my first experience of you running it yourself, and
Right,
it was
okay.
it's brilliant.
No, I appreciate
yeah.
that. I mean, we were lucky because a lot of the people who went on to found TF Nation
Yeah.
were people who I'd volunteered with at Auto Assembly.
Right, I
So
see,
we've
yeah.
almost had. It's weird, you know, because being an annual event.
Yeah.
I would remind people this: it's an annual convention, yes, but there's also like a live presentation element.
Yeah.
And there's no rehearsal.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
You know,
Right.
you plan,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then it either happens on the day or it
Right.
doesn't.
So whatever people say on stage, you pretty much just go with the flow, don't you?
You've got to go with it, and that's why, like, Dave.
A little bit
wants
like this. We don't have a script at all.
No clue. We're just going for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that's why we were so lucky that the Auto Assembly years kind of worked out as being our rehearsals.
Right,
So by the time
yeah.
we started on our own, we
Yeah.
were like, actually, you know, we can improve everything.
Yeah.
If there's a show, I always say, if there's a show where something doesn't not go wrong, but if we don't learn something from a show, it's been
Yeah.
a bit of a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
But we were at a level whereby it was like, okay, we're confident we can run an event.
Yeah.
Now, let's try and add things in
Right.
and change it up a bit. And,
Yeah.
and hopefully people enjoy that.
Well, what I've noticed is that, I mean, because over the years, even in Auto Assembly, when we used to have what's Transforce and some of the others, they were just annual shows. But you've branched out a bit from that because now, was it last year you started with Manchester, the Minicon, the one-day show?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't make it last year, but I came to this year's one, and I mean, how quick did the tickets sell out? It's 200 tick capacity, wasn't it? And
Yeah, so last year's one did sell out.
Yeah.
Not immediately, but it
Right.
sold out.
Yeah.
This year's one sold out in like 48 hours. They just
rapid.
went.
Yeah.
But we really like it. The Minicon idea was something that we were hoping to launch before the pandemic.
Right.
And then obviously the world
Yeah,
stopped.
the world went on pause. Yeah.
But it's very much, and the stats reflect this as well. It's a great opportunity, of course, for people to meet up through the year
Yeah.
who otherwise don't get a chance to
Yeah.
see mates and stuff. But it's also really good because it brings in new attendees.
Right.
And what I'm seeing is that there are, and I speak to the new attendees, there are people who think I'll try that because it's
Yeah.
a bit more local to me.
Yeah.
Try it for one day. I like it. Right, I'll go to August now, and
Yeah.
that's brilliant because that just keeps the whole thing moving.
Do you know what? I found that because, obviously I had a table at Manchester and I was chatting to people as they were popping by the table and I was asking where they were from and I was hearing one's coming in from Sheffield, first show they've ever been to, thought I'd try it out. So then I was sort of realised, I remember you saying that this could be a bit of a, stepping stone for people who want, rather than dive into a full weekend convention. And I saw it, I saw it for myself. Because you've now branched out from that and you've just announced Reading as well, haven't you?
Yeah. Exactly the
Yeah.
same kind of thinking
Yeah.
is let's try it again.
Yeah.
But we know that, like for instance, if you live in the capital,
Yeah.
that's an expensive place to live.
Yeah.
It just is. So it's difficult for London fans to get to Birmingham sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, how can we do something for them and people in that area without the London price tag?
Yeah.
And with the benefit now of the Elizabeth line,
Yeah.
Reading seemed like an
Yeah.
ideal place to do that. So, and it's got great transport links anyway across the country.
Actually, I'd forgotten all about that because I haven't been to London much recently, but I've heard about this Elizabeth line. I forgot that goes all the way to.
It does.
Yeah.
You have
Perfect.
to get a ticket at West Drayton, I think it is, because
Right.
the zones
Okay,
end.
right,
But it's the
yeah.
same train you stay
Yeah.
on the full way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
really
so it's
accessible.
ideal, yeah.
So hopefully that'll work
Yeah.
out well.
No, I'm definitely going to be there for that one. The thing is, that's the thing. We're saying about you've branched out to those events, but it hasn't stopped there either. Because in case you're wondering, we're recording this in Cardiff, and why is that?
We're at something that we call the Gathering, which is a social meetup.
Right.
For old school fans, a pub meet
Yeah,
is what we
got
always
you,
call
yeah,
them. No tickets,
Yeah.
no purchase necessary.
Yeah.
It's just come along and hang out.
Yeah.
So, like, again, there are a couple of reasons for that.
Yeah.
The primary reason is give people a chance to meet up, but also in a place that we haven't been to before,
Yeah.
so that people who maybe have not been along can come and
Right, yeah.
scope it out and say,
Yeah,
I
okay.
like this vibe,
Yeah.
and maybe I'll come in future. But also, it's a chance for some of the crew to see people without running an event. To be
Yeah, because
quite
there's a lot
honest.
of. I suppose really at the event, your sole focus is making sure all the cogs operate, don't they? Whereas at this, I suppose it's a bit more relaxed
Yeah,
atmosphere.
hopefully
Yeah.
this is someone
Yeah.
else's problem.
Yeah, exactly.
So pick one that isn't
Yeah.
local to me, and
Yeah.
then someone else can tell us which way we have to go.
Yeah.
But hopefully it'll be cool, just nice chilled out.
Exactly, yeah, it should be. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, look, thanks ever so much. I can't wait until August to see how that goes. Obviously, we're all going to be getting some food now in a minute because I'm definitely getting very hungry. Yes. But, no, absolute pleasure. So, nice one, mate.
Nice
Cheers.
one. Thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
Salute.
Cheers.